Greetings, everyone. Today we will discuss good moral character as a qualification for admission to the bar. The bar exam had just ended, so it's fitting that we refresh our minds of the importance of good moral character as a qualification for admission to the bar. Before anything else, just a disclaimer, the individual behind this YouTube channel created this video as a means of studying the subject. He is a law student, not a lawyer. He is only sharing his insights and understanding on the subject legal ethics. So, what are the requirements for admission? The following are the requirements for the admission to the bar. First, which is the subject matter of this discussion, good moral character. It is both a requirement and a continuing imposition. Resident of the Philippines, at least 21 years of age, citizen of the Philippines. No charges against him involving moral turpitude have been filed or are pending in any court in the Philippines. Must have complied with the academic requirements, passed the bar examinations, take the lawyer's oath, sign the roll of attorneys, and receive from the clerk of court of the Supreme Court certificate of license to practice. So these are the qualifications. I highly advise that we memorize all of them because during the examinations, most professors would love to get questions from here. Why? Because it is important. If one of them is lacking, the applicant, take note, will not be admitted to the bar. So even if, for example, the individual already passed the bar examination, but he lacks good moral character, if that happens, then he cannot be admitted to the bar. So in this discussion, we will only focus on good moral character. But nonetheless, as I said, it is highly advised that we memorize all of the qualifications. So let's discuss good moral character. What is good moral character? Good moral character is not only one of the qualifications required of a candidate for membership in the bar, but it is a continued possession of good moral character after the admission is also a requirement, okay, for its enjoyment of the privilege to practice law in the Philippines. So what is good moral character? In the book of Agpalo, the law does not define the term good moral character, nor does it lay the criteria for determining its meaning. It has been said that the term in itself is ambiguous and susceptible to as many definitions as there are persons defining it, and that such vague qualification, which is easily adapted to personal views and predilections, can be a dangerous instrument for arbitrary and discriminatory denial of the privilege to practice. As applied in concrete cases, the term has, however, a more restrictive meaning than what it ordinarily implies. Take note of that phrase. Have a more restricted meaning than what it ordinarily implies. So the law does not define. From the perspective, however, of a normally prudent person, we can say that if a person did something which is contrary to what is acceptable as morally good, we can say that he or she lacks good moral character. Why? Because immorality is the antonym of good moral character. In most cases decided by the Supreme Court, lawyers are disbarred or subjected to disciplinary action because they lack good moral character. Why? Because they did something that shows indifference to the moral norms of society and the opinion of good and respectable members of the community. So, why is good moral character important? It is imperative in the nature of the office of a lawyer. The trust relation which exists between him and his client, as well as between him and the court. The practice of law, after all, is not a natural, absolute, or constitutional right to be granted to everyone who demands it. Rather, it is a privilege limited to citizens of good moral character. That's according to the case of Caronan versus Caronan. So, it is very strict. because it concerns not only the lawyers but the nature of the office of a lawyer. So why is it very strict? Kailangan ba talaga may good moral character? Hindi ba karapatan ng lahat lahat ng tao na maging isang abogado? Is the practice of law a constitutionally guaranteed right? As in this case, in the case of Caronan versus Caronan, no, it is not. It is a privilege. So, in other words, it is reserved to those people who meet the qualifications to practice law. The Supreme Court also mentioned in another case, the case of Dantes versus Dantes, that the purpose of good moral character as a requirement is to protect the public, to protect the public image of lawyers, to protect the prospective clients, and also a writer added a fourth, to protect errant lawyers from themselves. That's according to the case of Dantes versus Dantes. So you might be wondering, what type of good moral character should be possessed by our applicant? So this was answered by jurisprudence. The requirement of good moral character to be satisfied by those who would seek admission to the bar must be of necessity be more stringent than the norm of conduct expected from members of the general public. There is a very real need to prevent a general perception that entry into the legal profession is open to individuals with inadequate moral qualifications. The growth of such a perception would signal the progressive destruction of our people's confidence in their courts of law and in our legal system as we know it. So this was answered in the case of In re Argusino as to what type of good moral character should be possessed. So it is not enough that you are good. Your possession of good moral character must be of the most stringent than the norm of conduct expected from the members of the general public. Take note of that. That's precisely why you cannot curse the public like what former attorney Larry Gadon did. You cannot really do that. If others can, then fine. If that's the norm of conduct expected from members of the general public, then fine. But take note, it doesn't mean that just because it is morally acceptable by the public, you can also do it as a lawyer. As we said, the good moral character as a continuing requirement must be more stringent than the norm of conduct expected from members of the general public. Now, question, what do you think is more important? Good moral character or legal knowledge? Mas importante ba ang kabutihan o katalinuhan? In the case of In re Argusino, the Supreme Court held it is good moral character which is more important. The possession of this by the attorney is more important, if anything, to the public and to the proper administration of justice than legal learning. Take note of that. Legal learning may be acquired in after years, but if the applicant passes the threshold of the bar with a bad moral character, the chances are that his character will remain bad and that he will become a disgrace instead of an ornament to his great calling, a curse instead of a benefit to his community. So the Supreme Court said, mas importante ang good moral character. Yung katalinuhan, it will eventually follow after your years of practice as a lawyer. But if you are lacking of good moral character, then that's a big problem. You will have the tendency of being a curse, salot, in other words, in the community or in the legal profession. So we can reflect from this case, like in law school, mahirap talaga mag-aral ng batas. Pero hindi naman kailangan talaga sa law school na sobrang talino na natin. Hindi naman kailangan na puro 9 of 9 ang grades natin. Basta pumasa ka lang, makaka-proceed ka na sa next level. Pero kapag ikaw ay nandaya sa klase, nahuli ka man ng professor o hindi, you are already showing lack of good moral character. Although hindi pa tayo mga abogado, mas maigi nang i-practice natin ang good moral character as early as now. Kasi sabi nga ng Supreme Court, mas importante ang good moral character kaysa sa legal knowledge. So, As officers of the court, lawyers are not only, in fact, be more, good, good moral character, but must also be seen to be of good moral character and leading lives in accordance with the highest standards of the community, even those which are considered private activities. More specifically, a member of the bar and an officer of the court is not only required to refrain from adulterous relationships or keeping mistresses, but must also behave himself as to avoid scandalizing the public by creating the belief that he is flouting those moral standards. That's according to the case of Dantes versus Dantes. In Barrientos versus De Arol, good moral character is a condition which precedes admission to the bar and is not dispensed with upon admission thereto. So hindi dapat mawawala yung good moral character porket abogado ka na. If good moral character is a sine qua non for admission to the bar, then the continued possession of good moral character is also a requisite for retaining membership in the legal profession. Membership in the bar may be terminated when a lawyer ceases to have a good moral character because, again, it is a continuing requirement to maintain your membership thereto. So, we have a situation here. Attorney X cursed the media, the justices of the Supreme Court, and other senators of the Philippines. He received a warning from the Supreme Court Chief Justice Y, saying that his acts were showing of his lack of good moral character. Attorney X contended that the warning was grounded on politics. He further said that Chief Justice Y's basis of good moral character is subjective. Take note of the keyword subjective because the general public liked what he did. So the question is Attorney X correct? The answer is no, because is good moral character subjective or objective? It is objective. In the case of Inre Meling, it has been held that good moral character is what a person really is as distinguished from good reputation or from the opinion generally entertained of him, the estimate in which he is held by the public in the place where he is known. Moral character is not a subjective term, but one which corresponds to objective reality. The standards of personal and professional integrity is not satisfied by such conduct as it merely enables a person to escape the penalty of criminal law. Good moral character includes at least common honesty. So even if you gained a lot of supporters for cursing the public, it does not mean that your good moral character is not affected. It is affected because good moral character is entirely different from good reputation. You may be reputed for doing such unscrupulous acts, such as cursing the media, cursing the senators of the Philippines, or the justices of the Supreme Court. But your good moral character will undoubtedly be affected. Why? Because again, it is objective and not subjective. So, a recent case in re attorney Lorenzo G. Gadon's viral video against Raisa Robles. In this case, we will focus on this part since we are talking about good moral character. But actually, Larry Gadon introduced a lot of arguments in his defense. The Supreme Court dismissed, however, all his contentions. So, what are the facts of this case? In a video clip, Attorney Gadon was speaking in front of camera, okay, fuming and cursing at Raisa Robles. He said, so now, Attorney Gadon cited the case of Reyes versus People, saying that PI was a common enough expression in the dialect that is often employed not really to slander but to express anger or displeasure. So, Attorney Gadon cursed at Raisa Robles. He said a lot of PI. So, is that consequential? Let's find out. Should attorney Gadon be disbarred? Larry Gadon in this case kasi, the reason why he did that is because he was defending Marcos Jr., a candidate that time for president. So, what did the Supreme Court said about his using PI? So, should Attorney Gadon be disbarred? Yes, Attorney Gadon used highly offensive and obscene language to insult Robles, directed towards a woman. The language was misogynistic and sexist, wholly gender inappropriate. His claim defense of President Marcos was lost in all the profanity. In fact, his words did less to defend Marcos and more to degrade and denigrate the bar. So, what did the Supreme Court say about his use of PI? Attorney Gadon cannot take refuge in the case of Reyes versus People for the simple reason that the petitioner in the case of Reyes versus People was not a lawyer while Attorney Gadon is. So, as earlier discussed, the expectations of a lawyer's conduct, especially with respect to one's use of language, is significantly higher than that of ordinary person. So, the Supreme Court said here, you cannot invoke Reyes versus People because the petitioner in that case is not a lawyer while you are. So magkaiba talaga kayo ng standards ng good moral character. In other words, Attorney Gadon is mistaken for invoking the case of Reyes versus People. Because again, as we earlier mentioned, it should be more stringent than the ordinary moral norm of the general public. So that's what happened in the case of INRE Attorney Larry Gadon viral video against Raisa Robles. So thank you for listening. May your love for the law remain strong as always. Maraming salamat po.